my music? I had my music. I lost my music. Chat, I lost my music. I found my music. Okay, we're musicked up. I feel it's quiet, but I think it's fine. Anyways, hello, Angel Order. Today we are ranking characters in power scaling. We're looking down this fun list of characters here to decide who is the strongest. In this nifty tier list I made, there is one character who got kicked out before we even started. Alloy was banished to the crossover zone because she's not a real character. She's a crossover character, and we don't believe in crossover characters. So, I completely just lost track of what I was talking about. So, yeah, this has been a stream that has been. I'm also stalling. I admit I'm stalling so that way I can, give some time for some folks to come on in. No one's gonna want to hop in the first 2 seconds of the stream. So, we'll have some talk. We'll do some hanging out, and then we'll do the tier list. That's right. I'm finally tapping in. The time has finally come to tier list. It comes for all of us one day, but yeah. So, also, I'm gonna bring this up again later, too, but while we go through our list, if there's any characters that has been forgotten, because shock and awe, I might have forgotten some. So, yeah, so I tried to pull in a few that weren't on here originally. The list originally ends with Arlecchino here. So, Dvalin, Fell Legacy, Mechascara. I think this one's Ozile. Yeah, this one's Ozile. Ozile, Clorind, Shogun Phase 2, Crimson Witch, Regular Signora, and, what the fuck is her name? Bashed. So that's our current, that's who I had to throw on here. Again, I might have forgotten some characters. And then there's some that I intentionally left off that I wanted to put on, but I didn't allow on because we simply don't know enough about them. Characters like Capitano and most of the Harbingers, the non-playable Adeptus. We've seen a little bit of them in the Ozile fight, but I don't think it's enough to rank them on a list like this. And then characters that nobody gives a rat's ass about aren't on here, except for playable characters. I think we have every playable character on this list. I'm pretty sure they're all on here. What ooh magic? There's no ooh magic today, sadly. See, I think we have every playable character here. And then, what else did I want to mention before we get started? The tier list I'm using is the Genshin Impact characters 4.6 tier list. It was clicked twice. Yeah. So this is the tier list I'm using, except I have added on, after Arlecchino, the rest of these I myself have added. So, I was going to make my own, but I didn't want to sit there for that long. So, I decided to add to this one. So, yeah, this one was last modified, 5 days ago. And then, there's a second thing to note. I am actually, really, really sick today. So, the Genshin Impact tier list stream was one that I always talked about. But I said I was saving it for a day where I couldn't do... The music feels louder than me now. I'm gonna need you to quiet down, lay away. There we go. Now the music sounds not louder than me, I think. Anyways, I'm really, really sick right now. And I originally wasn't gonna stream today, because I don't have it in me right now to sit and play a game and be entertaining while I do it. So... You can't hear, it's too dark. Oh, I found a Chi-Chi song, let's go. But, or I pulled the Chi-Chi. But, yeah, I'm really, really sick right now. I know I don't seem like it because I'm acting like normal, but believe me, my stomach feels terrible, and I'm 3 seconds from crying. So. Yeah, that's that. So I guess it's time we can get started. I think we'll do the Travelers last. We'll do, Lumine Lumine is my protagonist, so we'll use Lumine as Traveler, and Ether as Abyss Twin. So, good noodle, bad noodle. Okay, so. Thank you for the behavior. Alright, so let's start off with everyone's favorite white woman, Jean. Oh, Jean, where to place... Well, I guess we should establish these tiers first, right? So we'll go like, weak human. We'll go weak human. We'll go... Well, none of them are weak humans, except for, like, Barbara. So we'll go... Standard vision holders, like if you... Your basic vision holders, you know, nothing too spectacular about them. We'll go, advanced. I don't know how to rank these. I didn't think about how I was ranking these before, but I realized probably should, you know, have put some things. We'll go like, no, advanced vision holders dumb. We'll go like superhuman. No, these are the ones that have surpassed what we would expect from a regular human character to do, and a regular vision holder to do. Next, we'll go... I think this is actually what we'll put, like... higher beings. Like, you know... Like Adeptus and stuff, they'll go there. Then we'll go gods. Here's where the gods go. Like your basic, this is where, like, archons and stuff. And then surpassed god. I guess I should also specify. I want to make sure my list is as easy to understand as possible. They're not Celestia. Celestia is not the god level we are basing this on. You know, she's like... You know, we're talking like Kami, and she's like Beerus. Yeah, I thought I couldn't squeeze Dragon Ball in? I always have a way to squeeze Dragon Ball in. Okay, I think that is all the preambles out of the way. So go S, A, B, C, D crossover. You should do a Sonic tier list. He's getting S rank, Omega. Wait, Mad, would you put Snively on there? Alright, Jean. Where to put... Yes? Oh, thank God. Where... I think Jean... I think, you know, she's the Grand Master of the Knights, acting Grand Master. Which means she's probably not the strongest knight. That's probably Varka. But she's the acting grandmaster. Let me see if she has any notable. Yeah, I should not have opened that. There. Oh no, now y'all know that I look up Shueisha. Let me pull up Genshin Wiki on the side. That way we can have a Genshin Wiki as a resource. Okay, so let's go to her lore. Let's check out her lore. But I think to start, she's superhuman. I think that's a good spot, baseline for Jean here. Oh, I do feel like there should be one, like... Yeah, I do think there actually should be one below, in between these. Ah, damn it. Oh, wait, I can still like this. Aha! Like... Captain! I got it. Like knight captains. Or where you would generally expect them to go. At least. So, because... The reason I said that is because Lisa's up next. And I'm thinking ahead of who's going to be in this vision holder tier. And I don't think Lisa belongs in the bottom tier. I don't think she's... You know, she has a lot going on with her. Do I think she's superhuman, though? I don't think she is. I think Lisa would go into captain. Even though she doesn't have the rank of captain, her role as the librarian is really important. We know she's intimidating. A few characters are scared of her. So she's not like a pushover compared to other vision holders. She's one of the higher ranking knights. She's a close confidant to Jean, but I don't think she's a combatant. Oh, I think she also has the stuff from Academia, too, from her time at Academia and all that. So I think all that puts her right here in the captain level. I think if she was more interested in fighting and actually trained, she could easily go up into superhuman. But I don't think she trains enough. At least, like, for combat. She's a librarian. Amber's going in vision holder, though. I think Amber... I like Amber. She's nice. She's neat. She's good. I enjoy her. But when it comes to a fight battle, I don't think Amber has the same chops as well, either of these two, obviously, but we're still really early on, so it's hard to like talk about this because we've only ranked 3 characters and they're all just in a tower. But yeah, Amber is a knight. She's the outrider, so she definitely does a lot more than your average regular knight would do. But I just, I don't think she can hold up to like Kaya or Lisa or anyone like that. So I think Amber will sit firmly here in the vision holder tier. Following her, though, is, and again, if people want to ask or, say something about these, I'm very open to discussion. I sat and I read lore for, like, 2 hours, before I took a nap before stream, and then I read lore for another after I took my nap. But, despite being the smartest being of all time and, the strongest being of all time, my memory isn't perfect, so I might have forgotten some details, or have not noticed them, or read them yet. It's also possible, because Genshin lore is all over the damn place. Curse you, environmental storytelling, my enemy. Anyhow. Where were we? Noelle? Oh, Noelle. Do I put her above or below Amber? I think... Well, she hasn't become a knight yet. But she trains really hard. She's very strong. She's not a knight yet. She probably doesn't have a... she's very kind, though. But that doesn't really help in a power scaling tier list. Oh, this is a hard one to place. Sometimes I feel like scaling weaker characters is harder than scaling stronger characters. Like I feel like with weaker characters, they are so much closer to each other that it's really hard to figure out where to place them. We know that Noelle has like ridiculous strength. Like her physical strength is incredible. She's probably the physically strongest character we've seen so far when it comes to like lifting strength. But in power scaling, lifting strength isn't much. It's about that battle strength, and Noelle's... Okay, Noelle packs a punch. But I think, because she's always training, she's working hard, even though she's not a knight yet, I do think I can place her above Amber. I think, I don't think I need to talk about why the church girl, who's a healer, and doesn't like violence, is gonna be at the bottom. But yeah, back to Noelle here. I think Noelle, I think she'd be better in a one-on-one fight, or not a one-on-one fight, but like a fight, like a battle in general. Amber's skill is the Outrider. Her skill is reconnaissance, it's going out far, exploration, mapping, outriding stuff. She does need to know how to fight to do that too, but I think that her skill set is much, much more focused on exploration than it is for battle, whereas Noelle is much more battle-focused. Sucrose is a very tricky one. Alright, let's go pull up some lore on Sucrose real quick. I didn't mean to look up that there. I meant to look it up here. Sucrose is actually a character I need to double check some lore on. So here we are, Genshin Wiki on the lore section. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Sucrose really is kind of hard to place. Because she's an alchemist. She does alchemy things. So we don't see much of her battling. We know she's not... I don't think she's super strong. I don't think, anyone's gonna go to bat if I put Sucrose too low on a tier list. This is one of the things that has me interesting about her. Has me think about this. Is the bone collection, including Hilichurl, which are monsters. Which I know in gameplay, they're a joke. You just walk up and you beat them with, like, minimal effort. But in the actual story, they are a bit of a threat. Even though they don't necessarily seem like it, because they get body. Also, Kaya saying this. Of course it was in the trivia section, not the actual story. Of course it was. But these things here, these have me... That's just trying being an animal. She's not even considered a knight. Damn. I didn't actually know that. Sucrose L. Timaeus. Sucrose not beta. Yeah, etymology doesn't really matter. Her name doesn't really matter. Yeah, we don't really get a whole lot to work on with Sucrose. She's not considered a knight, but I'm gonna overall say she's probably not stronger than Amber. And I don't think Fischl is either. She's stronger than Sucrose, though? I'd say she's stronger than Sucrose. She is still an adventurer. Ah, Fischl has a familiar. That's good for her. Okay, yeah, this tier's getting too filled up. Well, I guess the lower level tier is gonna have it. No, we'll actually just rename this one to Basic Knight level. There you go. I think that'll do good. But yeah, Fischl. She's an adventurer. She has the familiar. I think there actually is something decently impressive in one of her character stories, actually. About something she pulled off. Her vision. There was that one story, too, with her, where she... You know, where she fought herself, more or less. That was a good one for her. That really helps. I could have sworn there was something pretty impressive about her thrown around. Yeah, there's the quest that's her. Oh, she's mentioned by Bennett. Maybe Bennett has something to say about her. It doesn't. I do like this! I knew this one, that's cute. Okay. About Fischl? What do you have to say about Fischl, Bennett? Let's see here. We'll find some info. Okay, yeah, no, she just talks like that. The way she talks also makes it hard to put her too high, so I think right here's a good spot for her. Mona's going below Sucrose. Mona! Oh, Mona. She has, like, no feat that I can think of. She's an astrologist and spends all her money foolishly. That is the gist of Mona. She's, yeah, we're moving on there, peacefully. Alright, Kaya. Okay, actually, you're getting kicked down. I think Kaya. Despite him being our first actual captain we rank, I think he goes up there. There's so much about the secrets around him that are, like, I know he's officially marked as a captain, but when I say captain level, I mean in strength, not, oh, there are captains that are automatically here. Because, yeah, it's kind of funny that I named it that, but whatever. Anyways, Kaya, like, AkenoArata, or I don't know how to pronounce it proper, so if I said it wrong, I'll say it like, don't worry, I'll say it differently every single time. I'll say it right eventually. But... So yeah, he's got that going for him. He's definitely always letting on more than he knows. We know he's a brother, he's Deluxe, the sworn brother, all that stuff. And we do have a lot to work on with him. And we can say that they're probably, like, you were not the one who I was supposed to pick up. But yeah, I can say that he's probably relative to D-Luck. The one that's stronger between these two is... Yeah, if I fucking know. I guess I'd give the edge to Kaya. I guess. Just because we've seen a lot more what D-Luck has to offer, and we've seen a lot less of what Kaya has to offer. So, I guess... Yeah, I guess I could say that these two are relative to each other. That's probably not a bad place for them. Yeah, they're both immensely powerful. We've seen D-Luck clear out an entire, in the very beginning of the game, no less, we saw him clean up the monsters that were attacking the town that the Knights weren't able to do. I have the Deval and stuff. He pretty much, like, one-shots an Abyss Mage in his first appearance, or one of his earliest appearances. Well respected. He's literally a superhero, more or less, around Mondstadt. Yeah, I don't think there's much to say here. Razor! Razor's a hard one. I'm going to put him right above Lisa, though. I think that is a comfy spot for Razor. He's not human. He has the wolf stuff and the spirit. Hello, Taryn. Welcome in. We are power scaling Genshin. I'm also like ridiculously sick right now, so please be patient with that. But yeah, we're power scaling. What were we talking about? We were talking about Razor. So I have this is how I have everyone laid out right now in order. So I have Barbara at the bottom as the weakest. Continue to your stopping dog some hygienic internet bets. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. Sorry about that. Now then, Razor, back to Wolf Boy. Guardian Wolf Spirit. Very helpful. Very strong. We know physically he is a powerhouse. He's got instincts, feral instincts. I don't think Razor has any proper combat experience. Or not experience, proper combat training, I meant more so. I don't recall him having any. I think it would be mentioned, though, in his lore, or one of his stories. One of his voiceovers might mention it. We know he goes to the library. We know he spends time at the library. He gets lessons from Lisa. But I don't think he gets combat training from anybody. I think he just fights on his own way. Which that might keep him... That holds him back a lot. He's still young, holds him back a lot. Unless we get some new Razor event where he gets a super power up, I think this is a good spot for him. But he has potential, if Hoyoverse chooses to care about him, to probably go up here. But for now, he's going to sit right there. Bennett is going right above Amber. But, oh, Bennett or Noelle? So the thing that Bennett has is he has a lot more proper training, being trained... I'm pretty sure he's trained by Kaya. I recall reading that. I don't know if that's just a headcanon or not. But I do recall that Bennett is trained... Let me double check. Let me just fact check myself here. I'm not getting any actual confirmation, so I'm not going to use that as an actual statement for him then. But that's okay, he doesn't need it. What Bennett does have going for him: durability. This boy can take a beating. He's actually really still skilled with a sword. He's got bad luck, which is unfortunate. Yeah, he's an adventurer. He's a pretty good leveled one too. Though his bad luck, that's what holds him back the most. I do think I can have him just barely above Noelle. I think that's a good spot for him. Alright, next up comes... Ningguang. I'm thinking about Ningguang. She's a capitalist. Capitalism is her character. That's a joke, but not entirely. When it comes to combat and battle, though, I don't know. We do know she has to at least be pretty tough. She's probably going here, at a minimum. Probably here. We could probably slot her right here. Because we know she has to be able to keep her Jade Chamber safe. We know she has to be able to defend herself. She just has to. She's the richest woman in Teyvat. She's very close with Beto, which is a very interesting character to be close with when it comes to strength. Who's coming next, and is definitely going to find her way in a very interesting spot. Do I want to put her above Razor? No, I don't think I put her above Razor. I think I can also put Jean at the very bottom of Superhuman. I think she does deserve her spot there. Seeing though she's immediately getting outclassed by Beto. Beto is ridiculous. Absolutely going in Superhuman. You know, destroying a sea monster before she got her vision. Only being stronger now that she has her vision. Pirate of the Crooks. Runs the tournament. Single-handedly turned the tide of the... Well, didn't single-handedly because Kazuha was there too. But she helped turn the tide of the Civil War in Inazuma. She put work in when she's in the story. And that work usually revolves around combat. Which means... she's going right here. Ka-ching! Ka-ching. I think Ka-ching will go right above Lisa. Right under Ningguang, though. She works under Ningguang, so I don't know if I'd put her above her for that. Not a fan of gods, but... A very determined character. Has one of the few characters that actually has, like, combat skills in game that actually do give her feats. As her skill does let her teleport around. And that is a very good speed feat. A very good speed feat. So, she gets that, which that helps bump her up quite a bit. And I don't count gameplay for most things, but I mean that for like damage numbers and stuff. I think it is safe to say that gameplay abilities are abilities that these characters have. Like, it's safe to say that Farina can actually run on water like that. That Rosaria is probably actually more active at night. That the Geo characters can make Geo constructs. That Ushi is an actual being that, you know, Ito can summon. We know that Oz is a real familiar. So, yeah, that's good. We'll, so for her, she's the first character that really comes up for, I think. I don't think anybody else really does much in that regard. But hers giving her a speed feat is really handy. That, you know, zipping around. I'm not calling it teleportation. I'm going to call it probably supersonic speed. She's definitely not going light speed. She's going lightning speed, not light. Jangling is going to go right under, I think under Fischl is a good spot for her. We know she's able to defend herself pretty well, as she does go out on her own to collect ingredients and runs into a domain on her own. We know she's also good with that spear. She's got Guoba, and Guoba, we know Guoba is really strong, but we're not scaling Guoba, we're scaling Jangling herself. But Guoba is a attack she has access to. It's probably safe to say she can't use his max power, though. So I think right here at the very bottom of the... I feel like this does go back to being Vision Holder now. I think my original... I did not want to open that. I think my original naming was better. What do it like that? I think Chongyun is the benchmark to get into Captain. I think Chongyun is going to be the strongest character we have here in Vision Holder. At least right now, as of saying this right now. I think he's going to be the top of it. He's an exorcist, trained exorcist, very skilled with his stuff. He's unable to, you know, do much exorcism things because of his energy. His yang energy is incredibly high. Which is a very, very good thing for him to have as an exorcist, really, I suppose. I think he's now getting training from Shunha. I think that's happening now. which helps. And I think he is going to sit at the very, very top of this tier. Hello, Super Zero Hero. Welcome in. We are scaling, power scaling. And now it's time to move on to Xingqiu. Xingqiu. Yes, we're doing lore-based power scaling. So not how strong they are in gameplay, how strong they actually are. If a story event had two of these characters duke it out, who would actually win? Things aren't looking too great for Barbara, but for Xingqiu, I think Xingqiu can sit right above Fischl. He's a very rich kid with the guild, but we know he actually is, competent with the sword. Very competent. He's always with Changyan. He's always running out. He's able to defend himself pretty well. And we do see him in the story able to pretty easily dispatch a group of treasure hoarders. Which is not the greatest feat for a character to have, but it is a feat. Next up is the baby, Chi-Chi. And I think the baby, Chi-Chi, is going right above Jean. She's a zombie. She is legitimately described as superhuman, I'm pretty sure. Her downsides don't affect her combat ability very much. So, that helps her immensely. Doesn't feel pain. So has a lot of durability. Able to heal herself. And again, superhuman strength. Superhuman, probably everything like that. She's a zombie. Now we hit our first hella high tier character, Venti. Venti is absolutely going into the gods tier. Right now he's on his own, but when we start adding more Archons and god level characters, we'll see that Venti actually holds up a lot better than you'd think for a character who is described as one of the weakest Archons. He's full of shit for that. He's absolutely lying through his teeth. No matter what he says, I do not believe he is one of the weakest Archons. But we'll talk more about that when we're scaling other Archons. So, Klee! I think we can safely slot Klee right under Sucrose. She's very, very destructive. In theory, you probably think she should go significantly higher, but she's still just a child. And being destructive doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be good in a fight. And she's like 6. When she's older and has, again, more experience, isn't just blasting things, which can get her far. I think her blasting things, it would be enough to easily outclass these two. And maybe Sucrose. But once a character has any actual combat knowledge and experience, I don't think Klee's really a problem for them. They just have to be able to dodge her explosions and then calm her down. Because I have a feeling that if a fight was to break out with Klee involved, it would not be a fight, it would be a tantrum. And the mission is to calm her down. Zhongli, Peepaw himself, the old man. I think a good spot for him would be right above Venti. We know he's a stronger Archon than Venti. We've seen him be a stronger Archon than Venti. He's probably one of the strongest Archons right now. I actually might even bump him up a tier. We'll see if he stays up there. But I do think when it comes to... no, I don't think he's going up there. I think he's going to be the benchmark. If you can surpass him, I think you go up there. I think that's how we're going to go about this. Child is going into higher beings. I will say that this is regular Child. Actually, this is a regular Child, so I'm going to put him right above these two. This is a regular Child. Foul Legacy is separate. It's down here. So Foul Legacy is being scaled separate from Child. That being said, Child even without his transformation, is ridiculous. He really, really is probably going to be our benchmark for Superhuman. He is incredibly strong, surviving multiple drops into the abyss, being able to use his transformation, which is a very deadly and costly on him to use, and he's able to use it for a pretty significant amount of time. In the battle with the Traveler, we see he's not really too concerned, and even though he loses, he's not like really beaten that badly. Yeah, he loses that fight, but oh well. He's still doing pretty dang well for himself, even after the fact. And any combat display from him is remarkable. Yeah. I don't think at the very, very top of Superhuman is a bad spot for base form child. Diona. She's older than Klee, so she is going above her. But she is still pretty young. She's not very, very experienced. She's mostly a bartender who helps with the card game minigame and has a few stories. That I think puts her just above Klee. So I don't think Diona is exactly like she'll only be able to do something, but I don't think she's doing much. Jinyan's a fun one. I think Jinyan's gonna go right below Noelle. She's similar to Noelle, but I think she'll just go right above Jinchu. I think she's a bit stronger than Jinchu. She's got a wide array of, fun little musical-based fire abilities with her vision we see her using in her gameplay. For like her basic skills and stuff. She has a fun drum. But in all seriousness, I haven't seen a whole lot from Jinyan, but I think from what we have seen of her and from what we hear of her, I think she gets it right above Xingqiu. Yeah. Do I think Albedo goes here? I don't think Albedo goes here. Albedo is a very, very tricky character to place. Because Albedo's strength is not fully realized, other than we know he's high tier. We know he's not. He's going to be in these upper tiers here. The question just becomes, which of these two does he go in? Albedo is described as being able to destroy Mondstadt by multiple people, including his own admission and Kaya, and I believe Jean too mentions it. So by his own admission and Kaya, it wouldn't be as much, but having Jean also know that he can destroy the city, should he be left unchecked completely, or go fly off the rails, that is a very high statement for his power. There's the Rubedo event, which was oh man, that storyline really was a high bar for Albedo. We really got to see more of him in action there, and we do regularly get Albedo events. There's the fact he's also a created being by Ryan. Ryan Duttier created him to be perfect. And yeah, the thing that Albedo lacks most is in his emotional area, which means that in a fight it won't really get in his way as bad. So I think Albedo will sit very comfortably near the top of higher beings, because he's going right above Ganyu. Ganyu is an Adeptus, which automatically grants her a huge boost to her power. Other than that, she's a very active Adeptus. We know she's very easily able to handle, most threats to Liyue that aren't fucking Oziel. That wasn't Oziel. Oh, this is Oziel. That's not Oziel. So I think I think, very, here in higher beings is a good spot. Which, sadly for Ganyu, she's immediately getting overtaken by Zhao. Now, Zhao could be above Albedo, I think. I think Zhao could go above him. But I think, for now, I'm placing him below Albedo. Oh, his mask, though. Okay, I think I'll put him above. He is an Adeptus. A Yaksha at that. Very powerful. He's the last remaining Yaksha, if I actually remember that right. He's one of Morax's most trusted Adeptus. Very, very skilled in battle. And, yeah, it's heavily implied that his, that he is so good at kill murder, he has a lot of retribution over that. I think, he's a very sad character. I don't think his combat ability is the thing that most people go to when they love Zhao. But for the sake of this tier list, yeah, he does pretty well. But this is really hard to place. So, it's also his birthday today, if you are wondering. So let's everyone have a happy birthday, Zhao. I don't know why I immediately went to go tweet that. Y'all can tell I'm not used to streaming my damn internet browser. Anyways, let's next do Hu Tao. Hu Tao is the director of a funeral parlor. I think she's gonna sit just below Jingchu. She's more of a prankster. She likes having fun, playing pranks. Her mechanic involves her dying to do more damage, but I don't know how that really relates to her game, to her lore. And her actual canonical power set, I think it's more of a gameplay mechanic, but basically having Ultra Ego when you don't have the durability of Vegeta isn't going to help much. But no, she's still very capable. She still would be able to. I think anybody after Diona would probably just be strong enough just to go out on their own. I think Rosaria goes right under Chang'an. We know she's like a spy. We know she's like way stronger than she ever lets on. There's the fun vampire theories that I like. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. But I'm not counting the vampire theory for this. It's not a canon fact, so we're not using it. If that was, she'd probably go up here. But she's still, at the end of the day, she's a nun, she's a spy, she's really good at what she does, but I don't think, I think Chang'an's like his training, his yang energy, and the stuff that we've seen him do, especially in that Shunha cutscene, I think that was pretty good. Yanfei is gonna go. I don't think Yanfei actually is going into. She is an Adeptus, but I think she's not stronger than these ones, than these characters here. Even though she's an Adeptus, she's a very young Adeptus. I believe they call her the youngest one. She doesn't seem very interested in fighting. She seems much more interested in law and talking, which, is fair. Again, she is an Adeptus, which gives her an initial, that by default gives her a huge power up. Like, if she wasn't an Adeptus, she would probably go down by where Mona is. But I think she kind of is like the bare minimum for Adeptus that we're going to be ranking today. Eula is going into Captain tier at the top. Recon Captain, great showing in the Albedo event. I don't think she quite cracks the superhuman tier yet, but she had a great showing there. And when it comes to basic human characters in Genshin, I think she does pretty well. Next up is my beloved Kazuha, and yeah, he's going pretty high. He's going to sit. I think now that it's been a little bit since the Inazuma story, I don't think he's stronger than Zhao. but I am putting him very high up. He reflected a god's attack. As a regular human, he deflected a god's attack. And outsped her, too. He was able to zoom there. She's got both a speed and a very good feat in that regard. Sadly, though, him only deflecting a god's attack means he will not be up here. I don't think he'll beat any of them yet, and I don't think he even beats the top of the higher beings. There's still others that are going to go buff him, too. But yeah, no, yeah, he does pretty well. Ayaka. We know she's a very, very skilled with the sword, so I think she's gonna sit right under Rosaria. We know she's very skilled with the sword. We've seen her beat her brother in that sparring match where she got her vision. Which, you know, whoop-de-doo, that was a sparring match, but it was still a feat we saw from her. So, yeah, I think that's a good spot for Ayaka. She did pretty well. You know, she's not a fighting type character. She is more of an emotional character that, you know, is your friend during the Inazuma storyline, who helps you out. She's very good at fighting, but overall, she's not mainly here for that. Yoimiya, on the other hand, is sitting right below Amber. These two are very similar, but Amber has more formal training. Yoimiya definitely could be higher up, but again, she's not a fighter. Her combat ability is that's what she has to do, more or less. She's not much of a fighter. She does her fireworks. She's very competent in a fight still, but it's not her main focus, nearly as much as her fireworks. So I don't see her, you know, scaling much higher than characters who do focus a lot on training in combat. Even if some of the ones below her do too, they just have to get better. Sayu is going pretty low. I think Sayu is going to go Underclee. She's also a healer. She's very young. She's very good at sneaking in a recon and, like, being stealthy and stuff. But she's still also very, very young. She's got very low stamina. Or not stamina, but, like, you know, she falls asleep very easily. So she has low energy, I suppose. She just finds stamina. No different than most other characters in this game. Yeah, I think this is a good spot for Sayu. She's not a fighter. She's recon and healer as her main roles, and I don't think that Ayato is keen to throw her into a battle. I also think she's an assassin, so if I remember that right, I don't remember Ayato's deal is like ever. A is going here. I think A is weaker than Venti. I really think Venti is just full of it, and I want to put A higher. I really do. She has some really good showings in Inazuma. But she also has some pretty lame ones. And I also don't like how some of her more notable fights are against regular visionless humans. Like, yeah, of course she's winning those. Kazuha deflecting her attack hurt her. Kazuha getting up here hurt A decent amount. Toma's little spear doesn't do much, but it is still something that happened to her. So yeah, those I think put her lower. Oh, Sarah. I really think that Sarah's just going above Yanfei. I don't think Sarah's all that. Sarah has a lot that she struggles with during Inazuma. The only fights we see her win are off screen, so we don't even see her win. We're just told that she beats Ito, which is very annoying to me, as Ito actually has better showings than Sara. She actually has better feats than Sara. Ito has better feats than Sara. So, yeah, but she beat him, and that's kind of the only thing she has. The rest that she has is losing. And not losing close, losing bad. Kokumi's a strategist. I don't think she's completely helpless, But she is a strategist, she's a tactician, she is a healer. Again, she's not completely defenseless. I just think that most other vision... Oh, actually, no, there was delusion users in that war of hers, wasn't there? That actually does help her case quite a bit, don't it? Okay, I'll put her above Sucrose then. She never really fought directly on the front lines, but she was close by, so knowing that there was delusion users also there, I think that would bump her up a little bit. But she's not that strong. Fighting is really not her thing, from what we know at least. If that one theory about her turns out to be true, though, then I'll move her up. But for now, she sits here. Toma's doing pretty well for himself. Toma's gonna sit right under Yanfei in Superhuman. The durability and the determination, just the pure grit on this man that he was able to pull off during the Inazuma story is incredible. He almost took out a god, which is pretty good. Without his vision, I think she had taken it already. I don't remember if she actually had it or hadn't, so I'm gonna count it as if he had it. But yeah, he almost did. We just. I don't think he explained Toma very well. Ito. Realistically, I think Ito should be here. But the fact that he apparently just can't beat Sara means I can't put him above her. So I really, really think that Ito has demonstrated enough feats, though, to be that high. Goro is sitting pretty well. He's going to go right here, right above Kiching. I think I'm put above Ningguang, actually. He was a general in the war. He fought on those front lines. He's probably he did pretty well against Sara, considering how different they are. He's a fun little dog boy, and she's a Tengu, and is implied stronger in a lot of ways, thanks mostly to him. Yeah, Goro does really, really well for himself, for what you would expect from, well, more of a secondary character in the story. Shenhe's doing pretty well. I think Shenhe will sit right below Child. I think when it comes to base level strength, these two would. I think Child would probably still take it just because he has all that all that Abyss stuff he has going for him. But Shenhe has a lot that she's done. And she has a lot of skills and abilities. From her Adeptus training, the stuff she can do, her vision. She's done pretty well for herself to launch herself as a non-Adeptus who was trained by one to put herself all the way up here. But she isn't an Adeptus, and I don't think she's beating Child, sadly. He is just ridiculous. Yunyan is... Yunyan. Where do I put you? Where would I put you? Where's a good spot for you? I think you can go... She's a dancer. She's more of a performer. I think she'll go right here with the other performers. She'll go right in between them. I don't like her being stronger than Jinyan. I think Jinyan would be stronger, actually. I think that's a good spot for her. Yay, Miko, a higher being, very close to A. She's gonna sit right under Albedo. She's a higher being. She's a Kitsune yokai. Very, very close to A. Immortal. Has a lot of power. Pretty much no human character is touching her except max power. This guy's gotta be max power to touch her. But, yeah. I think Ayato's just gonna sit. I think these two are just gonna be relative for each other, so I'm gonna put him behind Ayaka because I like her more. But these two are pretty much relative. They have the same training, same general stuff going for him. I actually, because Ayato does have that assassin thing also going for him. And we generally do think that more characters would see him as more dangerous than his sister. Could he outdo Rosaria? Could Ayato outdo Rosaria in that regard? I don't think he can. Yalan is going right under Yanfei in Superhuman. She has Abyss Power, which grants her, which pretty much is what launches her into Superhuman. But I don't think she's beating any character who surpasses human, like peak humans. I don't think she's beating any of them. She might like she beats Chi-Chi because she's like a baby, and then these two are also human. Starting Yanfei on, I don't think she's Shinobu. Shinobu's a tricky one. She is an ex-Shrine Maiden turned Kunoichi, who is basically the mom of the Artaki gang. Being a member of that gang has to give her a good amount of power. I'm gonna put her in right under Goro. I'd imagine that if Goro couldn't, that if Ito still got his vision taken, that I don't imagine that Shinobu probably couldn't do much. But I'd imagine she still probably put up a pretty good fight. She'd be able to put up a pretty good fight. Her role on the gang, being their second in command. We know Ito is scared of her, but that's more of a comedy thing. I do think that Ito is probably the strongest member of his gang. I don't think that'd be up for debate. Heizo is a hard character for me to place. I'm not sure. He is a detective. He's also our physical catalyst. I think he's gonna sit below the Kamisatos. Just below the Kamisatos. I think that's a pretty solid spot for him. He's a detective. He's pretty good at what he does, but I don't imagine. I'd imagine his work also would have to would require him to keep his strength up. And we know he can fight because his fighting style. He has an actual fighting style. So next up is Tanari, a scout. So he's like a more... Oh, my music stopped. No, it didn't. We're fine. It's okay. There's nothing. There was no cause for alarm. Tanari is probably gonna do pretty well. I would assume he would sit right below Razor. I don't think he's beating Razor. I know he's not beating Eula. I think this is a very, very cozy spot for him to hang out. Oh, babe. Yeah. Calais is very young and sickly, which means that she is going to go. She's doing a lot better now, but I think she's going right above Diona. I think she's beating the children and Mona. The children and the ones who probably can't fight at all. Good job, Calais. Again, though, the fact she's playable at all is impressive considering the state we first met her in. Senno's doing pretty hot. Senno's doing really, really well for himself. He's definitely going in Superhuman. Question is where? I think he's gonna sit right above Sara. That wolf spirit of his is very, very good. The control he has over it, his ferocious fighting style, his mastery of his fighting style. Like, I think Sinnoh has a lot going for him in his favor. He is basically where Razor could be if Razor had more training. I do think you could also definitely make a case to move Sinnoh higher than this. I do think you could probably put him here. You could make a case for him there, but I think he goes here. Candace is going right above Razor. I think, just... I think she just goes above Razor. That's a pretty comfy spot for her. Or does she? I'm like remembering everything she does. But yeah, I think that's where she's... I think that's a good spot for her. Not explaining too much of her feats and stuff, but like... she's probably one of the best fighters in Sumeru. So Nilo is gonna probably chill with everybody in the performers tier. I think she's probably the weakest of them. I think Nilu is she's at the very, very bottom of the dance party. I think Nahida is probably the weakest Archon. She's very young. We don't see much from her. She's baby, basically. I think it's safe to call her the weakest Archon. She is still a god, though, which means that she... Actually, you know, you probably could make a case for Zhao being above her. I don't know about that one. Hello, Shendere. Welcome in. That's right. We are power scaling. It's not all only the playable character. Oh, it's you said in-game characters. Ah, never mind. Next up is Layla. I don't actually know a lot about Layla. We know I'm pretty sure she is a higher being, but I don't know if she's strong enough to go into the tier with. I don't know if she can beat Base Child. I don't know if she can be Shanha. Can she beat Kaya and Diluc? This is a very interesting question to think about. I think hovering in this general area is a good spot for her. For Layla. We know she has that contract and she's always sleepy, but, you know, being sleepy doesn't help with power. I'm gonna drop. I'm going to put her. I mean, if I actually, you know what? No, I think she beats Sara. Scarra's doing pretty hot for himself. He is probably gonna sit very annoyed under his mother. The amount of nonsense that this character has gotten himself into. Well, actually, wait, this is... Okay, different. He's actually getting dropped to right below Albedo. I forgot. His max power form is, right here. We're doing those separate. But still, regular, ungodified Scarra, Wanderer now. Yeah, he does, yeah, I think he just... Right here. He's a fallen god. And he got a vision. He got a new vision. Farazan is a character I don't know anything about. So let's look up her lore. Oh, I don't know nothing about her, but... Oh, she's an ancient character. Okay, it's sick that you're forgotten and all that. Is there any mention on how strong you are? She knows she was trapped in a ruin, so she's probably not all that. And she's a professor. I'll put her right. She has to be decent though. I don't know. Farazan's probably the one I'm least confident about, but I'll stick her right under Lisa. I think Al-Haytham can go under Razor. No, I think he's gonna say under Razor. Haytham has a lot going for him, but I think he just doesn't have as much in terms of like stuff he can do and stuff we've seen him do, as like these ones above him, especially Eula. Yao Yao. She's Chi-Chi's friend. She's a child. She's probably gonna sit right under Klee in the child tier with all the other children. You know what? I'm gonna make another tier just on the. Oops. I'm gonna make another tier. Add a row below, and I'm just gonna call it the child. And no combat skill tier. So if you have if you are a child with no combat skill, this is where you end up. This is where you go. I'll say or actually. There you go. Klee is dangerous and actually I guess I'm gonna have to put Diona below Klee. Damn. And Kalei. No, Kalei can stay there. Kalee's fine there. Klee is dangerous enough that I think she can escape the baby tier. I think Dia just sits right under Candace. Yeah. Mika! He probably is just gonna sit right in between these two. And it seems like he's part of Eula's team, so he does recon stuff. We know he's probably a better fighter than Amber, but I doubt he's stronger than Noelle. So I don't think he'd be able to pull it off. We are getting close to the bottom of this list. And I was right, the stream is probably only gonna last like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Nice. Yeah, it's gotta be a quick one today so I can lay back down. I'm not doing my usual I gotta go for at least 3 hours thing this stream. I'm just going until I've had my fun. And I have had my fun. It's pretty fun. Next up is Baizu. I think he actually loses to Klee. He's sickly. And he's just a sickly pharmacist. Thank God he's playable finally, but yeah, he's not doing a whole lot. Kaveh. Now Kaveh actually probably wouldn't rank very high because of how he wields his claymore. You know, he can't really lift it himself, but his Merkaba helps, like, I don't remember if its name is actually Merkaba, I think it is Merkaba, something like that. Anyways, his funny little robot helps him immensely. And his funny little robot is able to push him all the way up to under Hazo. I just don't think Kaveh is much of a fighter. He is an architect, he is a drama queen, I like him a lot. I feel like I have to clarify that a character being low on the tier list doesn't mean that I dislike them. It just means I think they get their ass kicked if they got in a fight with someone above them. That's all. Well, not even inside. Like, some of these would be pretty close. Like, I think, like, from here up, these are all pretty close. And then from, like, Ito to, like, Shanha, these are pretty close. And I think all of these characters are really, really... I think every character in higher being is close to each other. Although Kazuha needs his double vision buff for that. Kirara! Oh, it's gonna hurt to put her so low. Man, I love Kirara. She's the messenger girl. She should go here. So, next up we have Laini. Now, Laini is... Okay, hold on. Let me put Kirara right where she actually goes. I think Kirara is just going to sit right here. That's a pretty cozy spot for her. She's got to be able to, you know, make it through all those pathways, but at the end of the day, she's just a delivery girl. We haven't seen her one-tap Celestia yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll happen soon. So I'm putting her back where she actually belongs. Laini's actually going to do a lot better than I initially thought because recent events for him. And then his role as the heir to the house. Yeah, that helps a lot. That helps Laini a lot. I would go as far as to put Laini probably right here. And I think the rest of his siblings are also pretty close. I think Lynette. I think we'll go Liney, Toma, Lynette, and Fremine. And I do think actually that I have lowballed Beto a lot. I think Beto goes here. I think this. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to put these because they're still not like doing a whole lot yet. Well, I mean they're 3v1ing Arlecchino in that thing, so. But in that trailer. But anyways, words flip that moment. But yeah, they've got to be really strong to be able to do some of the stuff they're doing right now. And again, they're being trained for the Fatui, and I believe that Liney being chosen as the heir would be the strongest. Lynette being his twin sister, very close. They probably, got pretty strong together. And then Fremine is no slouch, but I just think the other two are a little bit ahead of him. Next up is Rio. Okay, to quickly explain a Nuvalet here. I read something that described him as stronger than Fate. He is a sovereign dragon, and the only complete one. He's basically a Super Saiyan Zhongli, who is the strongest character on the list so far, before him. So, yeah, he's going at the top. Because, of course, he is. There's also another character that I forgot that I'm going to put on here real quick that I forgot to add earlier that I want on here. Mostly because I like her. Let me add her real quick. Okay, I added Skirk. Okay, now that Skirk's added, all is well again. Alright, Rio. Duke of Meripede. So he's gotta be pretty good to basically be holding on to the, basically the Genshin equivalent of Arkham Asylum. There's also a Fight Club in there. He's definitely gonna be in the hot, but I believe he would be stronger than all of these people. Could I reasonably see him clashing with with Ito and Sara and Layla? Not really. But I do think that, just where he stands in Fontaine and the people he's around and how the power creep of Genshin has gotten, I think this is where he will stand. He should be in the higher ups. Character you like? I see. We all have those characters. I don't want to put Farina low. But realistically, she is. She doesn't even really have her godly power. I don't think she even really... Yeah, I think she's pretty much living as a human now. If I remember how that story ended properly. She's basically living as a human now, so she does get her... She goes here. Ugh! I'm so sad. For context, Farina's in my top 3. I love her with everything. She's my favorite Archon. So I want to put her here, but I can't. I have to be fair and unbiased. Ignore where Kirara is currently at. Okay, but Kirara deserves to be up here. She is a delivery girl. She is the post girl. She's basically the postman. Well, she's not basically. She is the postman. And you know how powerful the postman is. So, yeah, that's why she's up there. Anyways, back to having to figure out what I'm going to do with Farina. Dude, Farina is really hard to actually place, though. Not installing. I'm going to consult I'm going to phone a friend and consult an expert. AKA somebody who probably remembers better than I do. I can't. I can put her in. I couldn't put her in the tier right under them. Honestly, I will put her right here under Scaramouche. I do think that if Scaramouche and Farina were to fight, it would be very unfortunate for Farina. So I think here is a good spot for her. Sadly. I don't even think Scare would have to throw a punch. I think he would just say a mean enough word to her and she'd just start crying. Truly the battle here. Anyways, Charlotte, cameraman, camera girl, camera person, camera friend, cameraman, reporter. I think she'll sit right under Hazel. I think a detective has a slightly more dangerous job than a reporter. Slightly, though. Slightly. Navia! I love Navia. I love Navia so much. I love her. She's so fun. She's so neat. As for where she stands, though, Claren's girlfriend will sit very comfortably at the near bottom of Captain tier. I think she's probably better than all of these characters down here. I don't think she... Like, sure how flashy and gaudy she is, I think she's actually, like, a lot stronger. She's got the Gunbrella, which is a very, you know, it's a handy tool to have in Tavat, I'm sure. Honestly, I probably might put her a little higher. I think she might sit above Kaching. Umbrella Warfare, exactly. You understand? Yeah, I think she can sit above Kaching. I think she can separate those two. Chevaroos is going pretty high. I think Chevaroos will sit very cozily under Tanari. Can I put her above Tanari? Yeah, I think I can put her above him. I don't think she's... Haitham. Al-Haitham. Chevaroos versus Al-Haitham. Well, one of them has a gun, so we're picking Chevaroos. Chevaroos is a very, you know, she's basically Rio's little henchman. You know, she's like, you got it, boss. Whatever you say, boss, whenever Rio tells her to do something. And she's got to be pretty strong to do that effectively. Considering, he runs a fight club. I just realized that I put Chevaroos under Fremine. I feel like she should be above him. Oh well. Sorry, Chevaroos. Should have done better. Jinyun is... Or not Jinyun. Jinyun is going... right under Zhao. I think she's probably the second strongest Adeptus. Under Zhao. You know, maybe she should get a Super Saiyan transformation like he does, and she can be as strong as him. Yeah, Jinyun... She made like a she made a popcorn maker in Tavat. That puts her strong. That makes her strong. Gaming, my son, my beloved little boy, Gaming, my baby boy. You have to go with the rest of the performers, don't you? He does. Yeah, I think he fits snugly into the performers tier. Let's see here. We could probably beat the ever-loving hell out of Nilu. I see him beating Yunyan. I don't think he's beating Yunyan. So, to be honest, I don't think Yoimiya is beating either of them. Yeah, I love Gaming, I just don't think he's beating Yunyan. Shiori, my recent love! I love Shiori. Wait, is that she? Actually, I might have actually just forgotten her name completely. Sorry, she hasn't been much in. She hasn't. Oh, it's Shiori. Cool. I got Shiori's name right. Anyways, Shiori is she'd have to go below the performer tier probably. Do we have anything that mentions that Shiori like once like I don't know defeated that Shiori once I don't know, did she beat Goku or something? Alright, Shiori, let's read your lore. I think she just makes clothes. I don't recall reading anything about her power. You can see her as a performer? Maybe. Alright. Let's do the test. Is she beating Baiju? Yes. Is she beating Klee? Yes. Is she beating Kalei? Yes. Is she beating Sucrose? Yes. Is she beating Kokomi? Yes. Is she beating Jingling? Yes. Is she beating Fischl? Yes. Is she beating Hutao? Yes. Jingshu? Yes. Nilu? Yes. Yunyan? Yes. Probably Yoimiya. I think she said Snuggly right under Gaming. Because, actually, I think Gaming would sit on the front. I just realized that his art is the one that involves slamming yourself into other people and knocking them around. So, I think, actually, that Gaming would be at the top, because his performance is the most violent, for a lack of a better term. And then, Jinyan goes right there. And then Chiori. Perfect. Arlecchino! Oh, don't worry, Beto. You didn't. You're gonna be here. You're here for the main event too. When we when I'm like, all right, gang, what did I mess up? Well, what do y'all hate? Okay, Arlecchino, I believe, is probably gonna sit. Why is Sayu there? Anyways, I think Arlecchino sits right under Barbara. I think if Barbara was to see the thing that Arlecchino was doing, she'd be like, that's not very nice, and then she would charge a Genki Dama and one-shot her. So, that handles the playable characters. I'm just kidding. She's probably sitting... Okay, you are way too low. I think she will be right here. At least as of right now. We haven't seen her transformation because she's a Fatui. She's a Fatui Harbinger. She's gonna transform. Trust. Alright, now we're done with playable characters because the twins are going last. Now it's time for Dvalin. Dvalin. Where are we putting Dvalin? I think Dvalin could sit very comfortably. He'd probably be around where the Adeptus are, wouldn't he? What do y'all think about Dvalin? I'm pretty sure y'all woke up this morning thinking to yourself, man, I sure wish I could power scale Dvalin Genshin Impact. Where do I... Curses. I need her transformation to be raw. I think Dvalin can sit... I think Dvalin could probably simply eat Farina, so I'm gonna put him above her. I still think I'm highballing Farina, but y'all have to let me have this, please. I know I'm highballing here, but y'all have to let me have this. Foul Legacy Child. Yeah. Honestly, there might even be a case for Foul Legacy being above Nahida. Foul Legacy is... I think the Genshin community as a whole likes a lowball child, just because of the whole, pathetic, cringe, haha, funny meme about him. But when you get rid of all that and just look at the feats and the facts, Child has, the... Yeah, Nahida sadly is pretty weak. I don't think he'd be A right now. But I think Child has had the most consistently great feats we've ever seen in this game. I think Child has just the best feats. His role in the Liyue story was good, and then the Skirk story was good, where the guy was stuck in Foul Legacy for days at a time and survives. I think Child is I think he deserves where he is. You really probably could make a case for Foul Legacy going above A. I'm not, but you probably could. At least current Foul Legacy. I think back when you first fought him in Liyue, he was weaker. I think he's gotten way stronger since. Alright, now it is time for Mazinger Scara. Mecha Scara. I think Mecha Scara surpassed his mother. I think we can give him that. I think we can give Scara the W of at least this could probably kick his ass. In terms of pure power, in terms of raw strength, I think we can give Scara this one. Just because I know the boss fight itself is easy when you don't get cheesed by it. I know the boss can get you pretty cheesily. I know, like, the boss fight itself isn't the hardest boss in Genshin. I mean, because nothing could beat the Electronia shit, and I fucking hate that thing. But, yeah, I really think, though, just the Gnosis powered plus Scaramouche's own godly power. Yeah. He's doing pretty well for himself. Ozyle! I think we're setting Ozyle right here under Foul Legacy. Current Foul Legacy. I think Ozyle could have beaten Liyue Arc Foul Legacy, but I don't think he can beat current Foul Legacy. Ozyle, sadly, we saw him. He had a really, really strong statement for his introduction, and then he lost a single fight, and we haven't seen him since. We know he's a god, so he's going up here at least. And it's safe to say that since we needed all of the Adeptus to put down Ozyle, in the most literal sense of the word, as he is put under a house, yeah. Chlorind. I don't know why this list didn't have Chlorind on it earlier. I had to add her myself for some reason. Chlorind is the best duelist in Fontaine. So she's probably sitting here. She's the best duelist. She's definitely, you know, one-tapping Chevreuse. She wouldn't be able to bring herself to do it, but no morals Chlorind could probably one-tap Navia. And I think Chlorind probably can beat Eula and Candace and Dia. Chlorind is really strong. It's a good thing she's nice. Alright. Raiden Puppet Phase 2. I guess we can just put this right under A, right? Like, right under the genuine article of A herself. Well, yeah. In the actual storyline of this storyline, was it A who defeated the puppet? Because if it's A who defeated the puppet, then I'm putting the puppet here. But if she needed, like, all the help to defeat the puppet, then I'm putting the puppet here. But I don't remember who actually defeated the puppet in the storyline. Why are these in this order? I have to double check the story, hold on. Defeated the Raiden Shogun puppet Genshin Impact. Hello, the Shogun. Okay, it was A. It was A. Okay, A beat the Shogun. Alright, so A goes above the puppet. I see. Then yep, that secures it. A is stronger than the puppet. Now, chat, could current max power Foul Legacy child beat the puppet? Dang, Skirmish became the strongest A briefly. I bet he's happy with that. I bet he's proud of that one. He outdid both his mom and his sister. Probably? Yeah, that Abyss feat of his is ridiculous. I'll put it here. La Signora in base form. Well, she one-shot Venti, so... You caught the stream? Hello! Welcome in, yes! I am very, very sickly power scaling. I would have been able to do something more, but I haven't mentioned in a hot minute, but yeah, I am really, really, really sick today. I've been trying to keep my usual energy up, but I assure you that my stomach is terrible right now. Anyways. I'm gonna be honest, I think base form Signora is actually not all that. I think base form Signora has to sit right here under Shanghai. I was gonna say, I think putting her below these two would probably just be laughably lowballing her, but yeah. It's now to come home. Alright. I hope to see you then. Now, Crimson Witch Signora! I think she just kind of only jumps above, like these two. Crimson Witch. So the problem with Signora, the big problem with Signora, is she has one fight and dies. Technically two, but I don't count beating Sara as much. That's like beating Vegeta, anybody can do it. She has one fight and dies. And what's worse is, she doesn't just die. She loses a fight to the Traveler in both her base form and powered up form, and then her powered up form is one shot by A. That's not a good display for her. And that really makes it hard for me to place her, like really high. Like, I don't know if I even want to put it above Farina, but I think that might just be lowballing Crimson Witch. I think Crimson Witch is a lot stronger than it's supposed to be. Realm in the world one-shotting monsters. That is true, it did do that. You know what? We'll let Albedo whoop her ass. We'll say that she loses to Albedo because that's funny. Okay. Beast is going right under Ozile. Every time we fight her, she's basically already dying anyways. Rough. Couldn't be me though. Skirk. Now Skirk is a crazy one, because I think Skirk sits right here. Sorry, I mean she sits right here. So we're gonna pretend we're going to, you know, we know that Kirara one shot, so we're just gonna ignore that Kirara's here. So the thing about Skirk is she calls Child weak, foul legacy after all of that child who is sitting here. She called him weak. Furthermore, I don't think she's stronger than Nuvalet, because she is interested in Nuvalet. Which means that I think they're either relative, or Nuvalet is probably stronger. Alright, all that we have left is the Travelers. So let's start with Good Noodle Protagonist Traveler first. And I think Good Noodle Protagonist Traveler is gonna... As of what we've seen from them right now, I think they will very cozily fit in right about here. Traveler has been insane. Like, absolutely nonsensical. Now, I know technically they beat the Puppet, they beat a weaker version of Foul Legacy, and they beat, this. So I know they technically won against this. But I think... Well, A, Foul Legacy got stronger. And then I think there's also the fact that, well, actually, I guess there's not much MXCs for A, huh? Damn. No, I'm just kidding. But, I think, like, for, like, some of these bosses that are above them, there is a very good reason for that. They needed the help of all of Sumeru to beat Mechascara. Yeah, the help of all of Sumeru to do that. They needed, for the Raiden Puppet, there was, well, I guess they were the only one who were able to use their elemental powers, but... Yeah, I mean, from just how that storyline went, I think it was pretty obvious that A was above the Traveler for pretty much the entirety of it, and felt like he got significantly stronger. Yeah, I think good noodle protagonist Traveler can sit pretty right here. Abyss Traveler though, Abyss Traveler's really hard to place. Because I think they probably would scale higher than Skirk. But the idea of that is ridiculous to me. They honestly might even be above Nufalet. Because we have now seen that the Abyss Whale alone was able to almost completely destroy Fontaine. And that's basically just Skirk's pet. And we're talking about the for lack of a better term, the Monarch of the Abyss. There's your gender-neutral term of the day. I think I'll set them right here for now, though. And I'll finally put Kirara back where she belongs. She's probably still highballed, but let me have this. So, that is our tier list. So, chat, what do y'all think? Do y'all see? Is there any of these y'all wanna be like? I don't know, man. I think that Ayaka could completely demolish Miko because she can. So, does this look acceptable to you? I gotta admit, I genuinely think the weaker part of the list, like Captain Down, was probably the hardest. Superhuman is also pretty hard. I think these three tiers were really, really hard to order. So you could probably make a lot of talks. You could probably say that Kachin could probably beat both Navia and Ningguang if you wanted to. Or you could probably say that Lisa probably deserves to go here. Oh, I didn't even notice that my my music changed off of Genshin music to Zelda music. That's actually God damn it. The joke writes itself. But yeah, this is our tier list. Is there anybody that y'all think we should add? Any characters that y'all are looking at and you're like, man, I wonder where Jet lands or something? The answer for Jet is not high. But there is some characters that I just did not put on here because if only my biggest pain is I wish we knew more about Capitano. I wish we knew so much more about Capitano. Because Capitano, I think, would be one of the most fun characters to power scale. Rank Enjo? Enjo! Oh, Amanda, you're cooking! Enjo! Alright, chat, where are we ranking? Oh, do y'all want to rank Dinesleaf? I realized I didn't put Dinesleaf on here. Do y'all want to rank Dinesleaf too? Okay, there's Enjo. Yeah, do Dine? Alright. Let's grab Dine. I am so fucking stupid. Apologies in advance for the literal, for the potato quality screenshots that I'm using of these fellas. Alright, got Enjo and Dinesleaf. We'll rank Dinesleaf first because he's easier. So, Dine's Leaf, I think from what we've seen on screen so far of everyone who, I assume it's Abyss power, it's Abyss energy, I assume so. I think of everybody we've seen who's used Abyss power, I think we have seen nobody have his mastery of it quite like Dine's Leaf. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure, I admit it. But I don't think we've seen any character who's done it like Dine's Leaf. Dine's Leaf is really good. He is really strong for being a wet cat. He is the strongest wet cat I've seen in a while. So I think Dainsleaf is going to go right under Clee. No, I think Dainsleaf goes pretty comfortably right. He's going to be relatively around base child. Current post Abyss power up child. I think he's going to sit relative, if not slightly above. I think that is a great spot for Dine. Just because Dine's ability set too. Dine's ability set is really diverse. So I think, yeah, I think Dine can sit comfortably here. Alright, chat, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all are gonna have to help me with Enjo. I don't remember a whole lot about Enjo when it comes to power. I only remember crying about him. Okay, actually, Albedo. Wait, Albedo got moved. Why did Albedo get moved down there? Anyways. Did anybody else get shuffled without me noticing? I was about to say, what the hell was Albedo below D-Luck? Who wins? Batman versus... If he is left unchecked and goes off the rails, he could destroy the entirety of Mondstadt. He also has some of the best feats in the series. I didn't think Albedo, of all characters, would have some incredible feats to his name. But no, Albedo has some ridiculous feats. The entire, like every single Albedo story, he gains another new feat to his arsenal. To just, like, I'm pretty sure by the next Dragon Spine event, we're gonna probably end up putting him here. Anyways, Enjo. I've been stalling you at Enjo. Enjo! Beloved Enjo. Monster, Abyss Monster. Corrupted. Very sad story. But he's probably got quite the hunk of power in that new body of his. Like a hunk of power. Probably look at him. He's got to be strong. In fact, I think he can sit comfortably right under. Wait, hold on. Why is Signora's base form above her Crimson Witch form? That got moved too. Being an Abyss Lector. Yeah. I think right here is a good spot for him. Is that the Song of the Storms? Crazy. Okay. So here's our tier list. Our determined strongest in Tibet right now is... Actually, not really his forte. Statement! Clerical staff, so fighting is not really his forte. Alright. So I think then we can probably put him... relative to Beto and Yanfei. Because that power-up he gets from being an Abyss Lector alone probably shoots him up above Captain level. And if the basis for Abyss is Yalan right now, then I think right here is a good spot for him. Enjo really is a hard one to... This really is a tough nut to crack, huh? Alright. Man, I can't believe my top one and bottom one were this predictable. Yeah, who'd have thought that Barbara's probably the weakest character? I don't think Barbara even knows how to throw a punch. I'm just double checking the list, see how happy with it I am. I just wish Klee had, like, actual combat. Do I actually wish that? No. But for the sake of the tier list, for the sake of her rank on the tier list, if Klee just had some more combat prowess, like actual fighting experience, as opposed to just blowing shit up, she'd go so much higher. Barbara has the power of God and her enemy on her side, but that's it. True. Little does she know that she also kicked God out of his own church that one time. Yo, hold on a minute. She kicked Venti out of his own church? Perfect. That's still one of my favorite little moments in the Mondstadt story. It's just... Mona's there. I don't think I need to question why the children are very low level. Baiju's good there. Baiju's a sickly guy who I think is only playable because he has to be. Klee, yeah. Kalei is also sickly. Sucrose. I really thought there was more feats for Sucrose, but most of it's just her either being weird or, like, she collects bones. Which, like, yeah, collecting bones is weird, but you don't gotta be strong to do that. And I guess her also living with her parents is also, like, another thing, but, like... Yeah, I know a lot of neat, fun facts about Sucrose, but sadly none of them relate to power. Just, she's kind of a freak. Kokomi. Yeah, Zhangling, yeah. I think Fischl could actually expand to go above the performing gang. I think Fischl can sit comfortably below Amber. Hu Tao, yeah, it's good. She's good. The performance gang, I like this order for them. Maybe Chiori's a little highballed, but I like her, so that's why. Yeah, I think Mika. These two are so... Again, the weaker level is so hard for me. Because, man, Mika and Noelle. I do think Noelle takes it, though. She's armored. There you go. She has armor buff, for real, for real. Benny's good there. Kave's good there. Charlotte, Hazo, Ayaka. I'm so mad that Ayaka has more feats than Ayaka, I can't lie. I like Ayaka more than him, but he's got more feats. Sorry, is probably... This is still the one I'm most uncertain, though. I just don't know what to put Faru's on. Yeah. Mika also hits faster. Aw, man, he could frame trap her. He could catch it Noelle in an infinite. Mika walks up. Hey, kid, you want to learn how to do a fucking infinite? Yeah, Faruzan. Why does everything about Faruzan have to talk about her story, her lore? Oh, she was trapped in a tomb in some ruins for 100 years. Get over it. How strong are you? For real. Yeah, Faruzan's probably the one I'm most unsure about right now. And A, honestly. A is also kind of hard to place because A also didn't have a good display. Man, nobody in Zoom had a good display. I curse you, Sara in particular, because Sara alone is holding Ito from going up a tier. So damn you. Alright, back to Faruzan. Yeah, I do think just right above Lisa's good for her. Dang, Lisa ended up a lot lower than I thought she would be. And then again, Lisa's not exactly all that. there any other problems? Do I see anything I want to do some quick adjustments to? Maybe AkenoArata is too high. Nah, she's fine there. Yeah, I think this is pretty sick. This is pretty solid. That is so true, Beta. You are spitting as usual. She's also one that I'm not sure where to put. I feel like these three are interchangeable at any given moment. Including the honorary AkenoArata. Oh. And then finally, just to make it official, oh my god. Oops. Okay. Now I think the list is truly perfect. I think this is a pretty solid power tier list. So, I think that's gonna wrap up this stream. I think I will post this on the Twitter and in the Discord. I do hope that I either A, put your fave exactly where you wanted them to go, or I put your fave in the bottom tier and you're sad about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Some of mine are there too. Don't worry. Even I've had to make some... Whoopsie. Even I've had to make some painful drops. So. But regardless, this is 100% objective. It is 100% the truth. My dad works at Hoyoverse, and they told me that this is the 100% objectively true power ranking tier list. This is the strongest characters in the lore as of right now. So. That is going to wrap up today's stream. I am going to lie down. If I'm still sick tomorrow, we probably won't do a stream. But if I am able to stream, we probably will. Yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you all enjoyed finally doing this promised little gift that I've had on the back burner for a few months now. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I think, chat, we should do more power scaling tier lists. How about we do, like, a Megami Tensei one, and a Honkai Impact 3rd one, and a Sonic one, and a Hollow Knight one, and,